You ready?
Yeah.
But we. Well, hello, and welcome to Entertain This, a podcast about movies, TV shows, and video games. My name is Hayden. With me, I have Mitch.
Hello.
And Tom.
Hello, Tom.
Today,
Yummy.
Yummy. Today, we're changing up our formulae. We're starting with a in-depth movie scene-by-scene analysis, and then we'll go on to whatever Mitch says at that point.
It.
Oh, okay. All right. And but let's kick it off before we do absolutely anything else. Social media, Mitch.
You can entertain this podcast.com, which will take you to our Facebook
He didn't
page.
say it.
What?
There
You can go to our Twitter/X, which is @thisentertain. You also go to our TikTok and YouTube, which is entertain this ! And our Instagram, which is entertain.this.
Mitch, I'm gonna need you to drink some energy.
And we're on Pod Nation.
Pod Nation.
Do we have some?
You're down. Yes,
Oh! All right.
you're down here. I need you to
To
bring
be
bring it
up there.
Here. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Do some.
Just make sure you tuck in your shirt next
Yeah.
time.
Oh,
okay.
God.
You're
I'm-
lucky people. This is a
I can't
podcast.
see. Help, I'm blind.
This is why we can't get on YouTube.
That would have been demonetization.
Yeah, that's right.
Right there.
We don't have. You can't demonetize those who have no money.
He just ripped his shirt collar to flash
That's
Hayden.
okay. It's an undershirt.
But, Mitch, that's like one of the 4 shirts you own.
All right, so
Now I have 3.
in-depth movie analysis, and we are starting with the classic Usual Suspects.
I wonder if you're going to get the right one.
The usual
the
suspects.
Usus.
The usus.
Yeah.
Yeah, are we learning our Kevin Pollak tutorial on how to do Jason Statham impressions is just to say 6 words as fast as humanly possible.
You
Do
mean?
you know what I mean? But you basically go, yeah, I mean. Just gravelly, yeah. Yeah, I mean. This summer, I'm the shark. You know what I mean? So I would like to present some quick facts about this film before we jump into it.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, the 1995 classic film. Budget was $6 million.
95.
1995. Their budget was $6 million.
Man, I didn't think it was that old.
Mm-hmm. Their box office was $67 million.
Yeah.
That's
a lot of money.
$61 million this movie made against what they had to spend.
That's a lot of money.
As far as awards, the 2020 awards, I don't know what those are. But Best Supporting Actor, Kevin Spacey won. Best Original Screenplay by Christopher McQuarrie won. And Best Editing nominated.
He won an Oscar for both of those.
Academy Awards, yes. Kevin Spacey won the Oscar for the Academy Award for
Mitch has got his notes to like cross-check your notes.
yeah.
I'm just sitting here.
One Best Supporting Actor.
With-
Christopher McQuarrie won Best Screenplay, and Christopher McQuarrie, if you don't know who that is, he's now the director of the Mission Impossible movies.
the very successful,
Yeah.
like worst Mission Impossible movie
Mhm.
that has ever came out. It's
And
even worse than Mission Impossible 2, which is saying a lot.
Yes.
The John Woo. Mission Impossible.
And then there's like the Artios Awards, the American Cinema Editors Awards, the Awards Circuit Community Awards. That doesn't even have a hyperlink. It's just
Let's be honest. If it's not the Academy Awards, everybody else views it as like the Great Value Award.
yes. The Chicago Film Critics Association Awards.
Uh-huh.
The Clubs Awards. I mean, Golden Globe nominated for Spacey.
They knew what he was up to.
The Saturn Awards. Where's the Razzies? Any Razzies? No.
The Razzies.
The Razzies. The Razzies. Whatever, shut up. It's just Clint Eastwood gave this movie like thumbs down. They were like, this movie sucked. It's like, even the parts I did get, I didn't like them.
It's so weird, like, because, first off, the rating system is stupid. Siskel and Ebert, just thumbs up, thumbs down.
Well, it was like they gave it like 1.5 stars out of 4.
Oh, so they have stars?
Yeah, they did stars.
Okay. And it's weird that the movies that they don't like, that everybody, like,
Mm-hmm.
it's pretty good. So
I mean,
I didn't like it.
you like The Usual
This
Suspects?
is the first time I've seen the whole thing, and I didn't like it.
what?
It was very bland and predictable.
Well, so
Like, I thought it was like this mind game kind of movie. And
I feel like if you
the
didn't
bad
see bits and pieces and it was your first time like cold watching it from beginning to end, you probably would have enjoyed it a little bit more.
so Bryan Singer, who is also problematic.
Yeah, he was like 27 years old when they pitched this movie.
Yeah,
Because they asked, because I forgot what movie he did prior, but they were at like a meeting and they're like, well, what's your next movie? And he's like, 5 guys meet in a lineup and do crime. And they were like, dude, do stuff with that. And then him and Macquarie got together because they had ideas from like several films and like several ideas that they had been toying with. And they basically just merged them into one giant movie. And was like, all right, guys meet in lineup, do crime. Okay, sinister villain behind the scenes. Screw the police. Spacey.
Yeah, but he was apparently like angry the entire time in the movie because
Who was?
Bryan
Bryan
Singer.
Singer
Oh.
because the actors are just
Goofing around.
and I think that's a kind of a testament to Bryan Singer, in the sense of like maybe your crap ain't that good if like the actors aren't taking it seriously, so
Well, because Spacey read for the part. Or like they sent him the script and he read for it, but they didn't tell him like who they wanted him to play. They were just like, read this, tell us what you think. And he read it and he initially wanted to play Keaton or he wanted to play Agent Kuyan.
okay,
And then he was like, but this Verbal Kint guy really interests me.
yeah,
Because at the time they didn't know what would happen with the part.
right,
And they were like, perfect, because that's the part we wanted you to play. That's what we wrote you in mind for.
right,
Gabriel Byrne had to be convinced because he didn't want to do it.
mm-hmm.
Because he was just like, I just didn't want to do a movie at the
That's
time.
a great character for him because he didn't want to do it in the movie.
Yeah, he didn't want to do any. And then he was like, and in the interview, he was like, I made the comment like, he's like, if you guys film this in Los Angeles where I live,
Yeah.
I'll do it. And he goes, I didn't think they'd move the production to LA to do the movie.
Right.
And I was like, crap, because like for like 24 hours, like he was out of the movie. Like they were gonna have to like try to recast him. And then eventually he was like, all right, I'll do it.
Because he was Keaton, right?
Yeah, he plays Dean Keaton.
Whose character is a guy committing crimes that doesn't want to. So that's perfect.
They're like dragging him back into the life.
Yeah.
And then Benicio del Toro read for it. He read the script and was even just like, my character doesn't do anything. I'm not really important.
He just mumbles.
That he did it on purpose. Like he went to a coach and like learned how to just talk that way and like all these like bizarre tics and things he was doing, like was just to make himself be memorable in the movie.
Yeah, because he said like his character's only purpose was to serve as a warning by being killed off. So he's like, nothing I say makes a difference.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the stuff he did was just improv and like even like Bryan Singer like confronted him about it and goes like, are you doing this like because you want to, or like are you just like what's wrong with
Do you have
you?
Tourette's?
And he's like, no, he's like, I'm doing this for the character. Like to me, this is the character. And Bryan just went, yeah, okay, run with it, do it.
Sure, as long as you're gonna act.
And he's like, and he became memorable, and it was funny because like all of his scenes where he's talking, everybody's just like, no one ever understood what he was saying, and everybody just would giggle about it and be like, oh, we don't know what you said.
Yeah.
And then they had what's his face, Stephen Baldwin came in for the movie, and he basically like ranted at Bryan Singer and Macquarie for like 15 minutes about like what they wanted, what he was going to do, and all this other stuff, and like being like macho about it. He's like, all I've done was like independent films. Where like they would just make a bunch of promises, never deliver, and at the end he's like, Singer just looks at me and just goes, "Yeah, okay, that's cool. You're gonna do what we tell you to do. You're not gonna be in the movie." And he's like, "Okay,
Yeah. Or we're gonna tell your brother.
we're gonna get Alec. We can't afford him, but we'll get him somehow. We'll promise him a lot of money." And then like Kevin Pollak, like this was after A Few Good Men, and he was like, "This is when I was getting like offered just parts, not I had like, oh, there's this movie you should try to audition for."
Right.
He's like, I was getting shopped,
Yeah.
and they told me, he's like, they sent me the script. He's like, page 5. I just called my agent. I was like, I'll do the movie.
Yeah.
I want to be in this. I don't care what they're gonna pay me, because they were all paid like a huge amount lower than their normal salaries at the time. And like he was like, okay, well, Bryan Singer's like, well, I got 2 guys coming in to read for the part. He's like, I want you. He's like, but I can't tell him like no.
Right.
Like, you can't come in now and audition. And he was like, all right. So he calls his agent. He's like, well, I'm going to go and audition then. And his agent's like, you can't do that. He's like, don't do that. He's like, they're offering you the role. He's like, yeah, these guys, they're not going to get the part. He's like, just shut up.
Yeah.
So Kevin Pollak goes, I went and auditioned.
Yeah.
He's like, and I got the part. But pretty much a lot of their stuff that they did was, I mean, the script was pretty much tight for when they went to do the filming. But a lot of the improv happen with just the 5 of them,
Right.
especially the lineup scene.
Yeah.
And then pretty much every Kevin Pollak bit. Like
Yeah.
10% of what he's going to say is what they wrote. The other half is just him going off the rails and doing whatever he wanted to be.
Yeah. Everybody like holding their guns sideways and stuff.
Yeah, the gangster shoot.
Mm-hmm.
Mitch, it was the 90s. It was different.
Oh, okay.
They didn't have John Wick then.
That part where Stephen Baldwin has 2 guns and he's like crossing his arms back and forth.
Because he crosses and cocks the one he just picked up.
Does he?
Yeah, I don't know if you noticed it. Because he's got the one, he picks up the second one, and he racks it against the butt of the gun he's holding to make sure he's got a round chamber. And then he's like eyeballing it, then he just freezes and just goes and pulls both triggers and manages to shoot 2 people at the same time and kill them.
I'm like, okay.
I mean, it was kind of like,
All right, well, let's get to that when we go to that scene.
All right. Sorry. We went off the rails.
Yeah.
Mitch is.
That's this podcast, though. We
you're-
should just rename this show Off the Rails.
You're.
I know. I was saving all my
I bet
facts
you-
and stuff towards the end, but I guess we went ahead and started with them. So
So this is also spoilers. Spoilers. If you've never seen this movie,
it came out in '95. If you haven't seen it, that's on you.
Yeah, it's like 30 years ago.
Almost.
Yeah. So, God, it hurts.
you're old. You're old, Brandon. Excuse me.
Yeah, okay.
So this movie stars Stephen Baldwin, Gabriel Byrne, Benicio del Toro, Kevin Pollak, Chaz Palminteri, Pete Postlewaite.
Postlewaite.
Wait.
Mr. Soze.
Kevin Spacey, Dan Hedaya,
Mm-hmm.
who is the man with frizzy hair and the most outrageous 5 o'clock shadow you've ever seen in your entire life,
Okay.
and Giancarlo Esposito,
Mm-hmm.
who I wrote in my notes. I didn't write his name from the movie. I just wrote Gus.
Yeah.
I knew who that was.
Yeah. He aged really good. He looks pretty much the same.
Between him and Del Toro, it took me a second to recognize him.
Well, Del Toro, like
'Cause I was like, they look so
they
young.
trimmed his eyebrows.
Yeah,
They're
well,
like
yeah.
really thin eyebrows for some reason.
He looked different, but then both of them were just so young. I was like, wait, whoa.
It's weird to see Giancarlo Esposito to be like not a menacing character, just kind of like that wormy investigator kind of guy.
Mhm.
And you're just like,
Mhm.
I can see why he is what he is today. You know, it's just
He
something
changed it up.
so different. Yeah.
Very different. Very different. Opening credits over dark waterscape. San Pedro, California, last night. Gabriel Byrne lights a cigarette with many, many matches.
Oh, wow, he's like doing a script.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
So, I mean, the opening scene, obviously, you have like the San Pedro last night title card comes up, and it cuts to Gabriel Byrne, who you see light a whole book of matches, light a cigarette, and he's like propped up against some crap on a dock.
Mhm.
And he lights a fire, and it goes, and then the biggest stream of urine you've ever seen in
I
your
know.
life puts it out.
I was like-
from above, and in my head, I was like, Brandon?
Yeah. I was like, is somebody pouring gasoline? Because
That's what it looked like.
It's so yellow.
It was so
Well, that first initial hit, it was like
Yeah.
splash,
Like
like somebody
the-
poured a glass out.
like the viscosity was disturbing.
It's like he was holding it in his hand before he dumped it out or
And
something.
not to mention, the dude peeing was from like a flight of stairs up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
to
it's like
have
one
the,
deck up.
have the pressure behind it to keep a constant stream.
Well, I mean, he had gravity working in his
but
favor.
have you ever peed from high up? 6 feet down, it just starts to dissipate.
Yeah.
It's like a waterfall.
He had thick pee-pee.
Yeah, it was hose worthy. It was impressive.
It was like you, just a giant urethra. Just every time you hear Hayden go in the bathroom, you just hear it in the background, like Charizard, You're like Blastoise, use water gun. So he pisses on the fire trail, makes his way down in his fedora and his overcoat, and he.
Should have got it.
Oh God! I've been holding that in the whole time. He walks up to Gabriel Byrne and he lights a cigarette. And Gabriel Byrne looks up and he's just like, he's like, "How you doing, Kaiser?"
Mm-hmm.
And he just doesn't say anything. He's just like staring at him while he's like smoking his cigarette. And then he's like, "You got the time?" And he tells him what time it is. And he just goes, "All right." He like closes his eyes as like the dude pulls out a gun, gangster style, left-handed, shoots him.
Was it important that we knew what time it was?
Not really.
Okay.
I don't know why if you're gonna get like killed, you need to know what time it is.
I always thought it was going to be at 12:30.
My horoscope said 1:38 a.m. You have to stand here another hour and 8 minutes and talk to me. Because that's what he says. And but you don't see Gabriel Byrne get shot.
Right.
That's important. You don't see him physically die. And you don't know who the...
And there's 2 shots because he missed the first one, I guess.
He shot him in the side and before he could go. He went, oh, and shot him in the face and killed him. So the unseen man, he walks away and he flicks his cigarette and restarts the fire and blows everything up. It's like he had to pee on it just to like prove he could, just to make his moment.
Also,
leave.
like a really impressive flick, of the cigarette, because if it was anybody else, that would have just gone out. It wouldn't have worked.
He like had to like scramble and like getting. God.
He had to get like newspapers and bundle them up.
Like honestly, and then they do a panning shot to like a bit of dock where there's like a bunch of like obstructions, like boxes of ropes and things, and they do like a very slow zoom where like somebody would be watching. You don't see anybody, and then it cuts to Kevin Spacey and he's testifying in court, and at like some like jury thing. They got like the big spotlight on him, which no one does. And then it cuts where he's testifying, and then it's like it's all started 6 weeks in New York. And now we have to go to him narrating where he's like a truck in Queens carrying strip gun parts, gets hijacked. But the driver heard a voice, like someone slipped up. The driver heard a voice. And then we have to go through all of them getting arrested and brought to jail. Like Baldwin, he was asleep in bed and he's giving him they like just bust into his room and they're just like on the bed with him and he just like rolls over and he's like, get out. And then,
like, do you guys ever sleep?
They get him. They get Pollock at like an auto body shop, but like they're about to shoot him. He's like reaches for something. He just picks up a rag, wipes his face, throws it at the camera, and it goes to the next scene. I thought that was kind of slick though. I like that a little bit. Del Toro comes like walking out. And he like walks down the street. And he goes around the corner. Then he immediately turns around. He's like trying to like duck, and then like the cops just pull up on the curb, and they're like, "Okay, come."
I wonder if Del Toro is like that in real life. Just like he's always like, I don't know. Coming off of drugs or something like that,
He always looks like he just woke up.
Yeah, and
he looks like he's like halfway through like the heroin he's on, like going away.
Like he's detoxing like nonstop. Every movie you see him in, he's always like they got that twitchy antsy thing going.
I just watched Sicario the other night. Yeah. The whole movie, he looks like he's half awake during the whole thing, and just annoyed. When
his eyes are like so tiny.
He's officially detoxed at that point.
His eyes have shrunk over years. And then we have Chaz Palminteri's character, Agent Kuyan. He goes and arrests Keaton at a business meeting, and he's like pitching this dumb restaurant idea to French guys.
Yeah. Well, what kills me is at least it seems like he's got his alibi because he's with the other person the entire time. And, she's telling him that, hey, he's been with us. So it seems like he has his alibi.
It's new. It's the 90s. You know how law enforcement was. We're pretty sure it's you. Guilty.
It's enough to take someone to jail back then. And then we have the lineup where, like, hilarity ensues. Because the whole time, like that, like we were watching with Kevin Pollak, where he's like, they couldn't get through it without giggling. No take they got was them doing it 100% the entire time.
Right.
Well, what's great, because is you see them like visually, he's just like covering his mouth, trying not to laugh.
Yeah.
It's like
it's because like they would goof their lines on purpose, but they were doing it just to try to make Gabriel Byrne laugh. It's like he was just so serious.
Yeah.
And it's like he's like a big stage actor and like he's been in a lot of important things. And we're just over there just farting and doing dumb stuff just to get him to crack up. And he's like he was just dying every time. He's like Benicio del Toro will walk up, fart, and they all go like start to smirk, and then he'd be like and then like
show me your hands.
Well, then from
we
what
can say that without hot sauce.
What?
I just mumbled. You didn't understand what I said.
I know. I heard exactly.
No.
I heard syllable per syllable.
Well, I mean that's part of the movie.
So if I say I quote a movie,
no, not the whole thing, not like that. But I mean that's like a tale of the movie. Like from what I was reading and researching, it proves that he's the one that did the whole gun smuggling thing to begin with, and like stole the guns, because he's the only one that says that. He's the only one that uses that phrase then and then like 2 other times in the movie. So it kind of alludes to he's the one that did it all.
There's also another bit, but I'll get to it I'll just say when Kuyan's interrogating Verbal, Kevin Spacey's character, and he's like, you lock up 3 guys for a murder that you think did it, and you would go to the jail cell in the morning, whichever one's asleep, that's your guy. When they're all in like the room, like in the holding cell after the line, but they're all getting brought in, Kevin Pollak's the only one who's like sleeping on the bench. It's like, huh.
Yeah.
And another thing I read was that they all just allowed them to act out that kind of like, ad lib that whole scene in the jail cell,
Right.
just to see, what come of it. But he's the only one that lays down to like pretend like he's going to sleep.
It's like the lineup establishes like the immediate camaraderie between all 5 of them.
Yeah, and their differences in characters.
And how they're all very similar and like they just don't care.
Mm-hmm.
And like, it just puts it all together where it's like these guys are going to do stuff together.
But another thing that kills me is when they brought them all in, they're interrogating them all. The only one they beat in the face is the richest guy in the room.
Is Keaton. Or were they asking
They
him?
have no proof that he did anything, but they brought him in and punches him in the face.
Where they ask Kevin Pollak or Hockney, they're just like, I could put you in Queens the night of the hijack, and he goes, I live in Queens.
Yeah.
Just put that together yourself. Son, you got a team of monkeys working back there.
Yeah.
Which apparently he ad-libbed. And then they ask Keaton. Keaton's like being arguably like the most respectful one while getting questioned.
They just beat
Where he's just like, either charge me or let me go. And then it's like, he just like gives like one little flippant bit attitude, just boom, punches him like right in the forehead. And then obviously they make it to lock up and they're all talking, and
which is a terrible idea, but okay.
yeah, there's no.
Put them all in the same room.
But I mean, Keaton basically is pretty much alluded to that he's like hung up the life of crime,
Right.
and he's trying to go legit. The other guys aren't really having it, and then McManus or Stephen Baldwin's character is pitching this idea he has for a heist, and that's where arguably the first bit that you get at Spacey being Kaiser Soze,
Right.
because they're like, well, who's the gimp over here? And he's like, and Key's like, his name's Verbal, and he goes, as well as Roger. He goes, they call me Verbal because they say I talk too much. And he hasn't said anything the entire time around any of them.
Yeah.
And Kevin Pollak goes, I was just about to tell you to shut up. But Soze in Turkish translated means talks too much.
We'll be right back.
Ever wondered what a rhythm-based stealth game with dinosaurs might look like? Or a farming sim in space with zombies? Welcome to the Gaming Blender podcast. I'm Matt, and with my co-host Scott, we take a random game genre and random game mechanics, blend them all up, and pitch wild, totally hypothetical games you've never heard of, and maybe shouldn't. New episodes every other week. Hit play and unleash your inner game dev. No coding required. Search the Gaming Blender on your favorite podcast app now.
It's interesting considering that the guy who saw Soze was Hungarian. Do they speak Turkish in Hungary?
I don't know.
I believe they speak Hungarian.
Yeah. So, why would it? You'd think it'd be Hungarian,
Well, I mean, other gangs can have beef with other countries.
I guess.
Well, just while we're on the fact of Kaiser Soze, I found out doing some research that Bryan Singer actually convinced all the actors that they were Soze until the end of the movie. Like he had revealed, or like the way he had framed it for him is that they could all possibly be Soze until the end of the movie is revealed.
So
That
it's
is-
like a giant murder dinner party, game.
Like the first time I watched it, like my mom and dad are sitting there like, you need to watch this movie. This is like one of the best movies you ever watch. And I'm sitting there and watching the movie, and like my dad just pauses it before Kuyan goes into his rant at the end that it's Keaton. And he's like, who do you think it is? And I'm like, it's Keaton. And he just goes, yeah, okay. And I was like, it's not Keaton. I was like, it's not Keaton. And I was like, it's Fenster. And I was like, he's not dead. It was a double or something. Or I was like, or it's the lawyer. And my dad's like, okay. Okay. And he just keeps playing the movie, and then obviously at the end, you're like, I'm watching him walk away, and I'm like,
The gimp didn't gimp.
I was also like, 15 when I saw the movie, so
Yeah. Young impressionable mind.
my young and impressionable mind. I wrote many pages.
Continue.
So that's obviously how they meet in the holding cell and lock up, and then they get released, and they're like talking about this job, and it's just like, this job that we had, like, it'd take 5 guys, and it's like all of us were in except for Keaton. Keaton took convincing. Then it cuts to Verbal going to Keaton's apartment, and he's like giving him the business a little bit. He's like, you got a nice scam here with like the lawyer girlfriend, and he just checks him right in the nuts.
And he feels bad about it. That's
He's
the
just like, I punched the handicapped guy.
Now I forgot, how did Keaton and Verbal know each other before this?
They did time together.
Was it in Sing Sing? Was that where they were?
I actually wrote it down. They had done time in county. They did 90 days.
Okay.
Okay, because
One of them was doing 90 days for fraud. That's where they met each other.
I must have missed that because I was like, why would he even bother listening to this guy? I was thinking this was the first time they'd met, but I couldn't remember.
But also, that was like that verbal needs Keaton's word for his credibility as a criminal to get involved with like Fenster, McManus, and Hockney, who were given their own like little brief synopses. Where like McManus is like one of like the best entry guys. Fenster, speaking Spanglish and pissing off the cops. Hockney's great with explosives.
What does Verbal bring to the table?
Oh, it's a good idea.
Yeah, because he's the one who plans the op and pitches it to Keaton, and Keaton's like, "No killing." And he's like, "No killing, not if we do it my way." And then that's what sets up.
But that's not gonna. It's not. It's a. You know that they're gonna kill somebody with these other three guys.
Not in the first job they pull together. They don't.
Yeah.
I mean, they light a cop car on fire. That's about it.
Yeah.
And it was crooked cops too. So,
but anyway, so they get out, and then cuts back to present day where we're back in San. They're pulling bodies and covering the mutilated corpses, and that's when Gus Fring shows up with his fedora and his sunglasses, smoking a cigar, and he's like, "I'm so FBI."
yeah.
How many dead? And the guy's like, 15 so far. They didn't talk like that. But like, he
Jason
walks
Statham
away.
was in this movie?
Yeah, he walks away and he just like takes another drag of his cigar. And he's just like staring intently at nothing off screen for like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
And then he just like flicks it and like walks away. And you're just like, why?
Yeah.
And then they do the panning shot of the harbor and all the destruction. Then there's just a dead body in the water like a mile away.
Yeah. I don't know. Was that body significant?
Yes, that body does become significant.
Okay.
That's bathrobe guy from later.
Bathrobe.
Yeah, bathrobe guy. So then we cut to Agent Kuyan, where he's at the San Pedro LAPD headquarters with Dan Hedaya, and he's like, he's like, one person arrested. There's 27 dead people. Apparently, it was a $91 million dope deal. That he's like, I want to know why 27 men died for a dope deal where there was no dope, and I got to know that Dean Keaton's dead.
Right.
Like I don't know what Dean did to this man.
No, he was a cop.
Yeah, in like the 80s, but because Kuyan says later in the movie he's been investigating him for 3 years.
Yeah, they hate him because he was a cop and he was corrupt, and cops who hate corrupt cops more than the average criminal.
But he's not even like NYPD. He's customs.
Yeah, I know. But
He was a security guard back in 1973.
It's like, shut up, you're junior varsity. You don't even go here.
He's part of the TSA. What are you talking about?
So you don't even go here. Anywho, he wants to interview Spacey, and they're like, no deal. Like, he already got immunity from what he told. He's like, the governor called, the mayor called. Like, everybody's involved now about whatever testimony this guy gave up. But he won't talk to him in like an interview room. He's like, we'll bring him up to your office. He's like, he's not going to know we bugged it. So that's how they get all of his story on tape, which, wasn't true.
Kind of violates the policy, but
It was the 90s. It was different. You could just do that kind of stuff.
just bring an arrestee up to your office
oh yeah,
that hasn't been charged with anything.
And then we cut back to the hospital where Gus Fring goes to interview the burned Hungarian man.
the way he just like
He's like getting like more and more angry. He goes, Kaiser Soze.
But the way he just like forces his way into the room, but he's still
And he's still smoking.
Yeah, he's still smoking, but he
In a
agrees-
burn unit.
He agrees to put the schmuck on and like the knot mask. He's like an average COVID person,
Yeah.
not wearing the mask the right way and stuff like that.
He's got the chin diaper.
Yeah,
And he's like on the phone trying to get like somebody who speaks Hungarian. And the guy just shouts like Kaiser Soze. But like before he does, he's like, you shut up, I'm on the phone. And like the guy suddenly knows English.
yeah.
Who's shouting at him in Hungarian.
Now let me ask the interview, like where they're talking to Verbal and all that. Is that over a course of just one day?
Yeah, they had 2
Yeah,
hours.
Okay.
This is a 2-hour time
2
frame.
hours, okay. Because I mean, some of the stuff I missed when I was trying to watch, but like I was fixing to say, how long does it take for this guy, the Russian guy in the hospital, to give out a description and then get it to the police station? But yeah,
So I lost my train of thought for a second.
He like nod to me like, yeah.
Anyway, so Gus Fring, whoever he's talking to on the phone, he tells him to try to find Agent Kuyan because I guess they know each other. And it's like Kaiser Soze is like He's like the Maltese Falcon of criminals. This dude's the Godfather before the Godfather.
Right.
Then you get a cut where Verbal's sitting in the police sergeant's office, and you just see him looking around at everything for like a second before they walk in. And they start immediately trying to question him, and he's just like, I need some coffee. He's like, I used to get dehydrated. He's like, one time it got so bad. He's like, I was pissing snot.
Yeah.
So they get him a cup of coffee, and then they get one for Kuyan. And you actually watch Chaz Palminteri take the sip, and you watch Kevin Spacey's eyes pan right to the bottom of the cup.
They push in real good to see his eye line, and then like obvious that he fixates on something.
I mean, you watch the movie in the beginning,
Yeah.
not knowing what any of it. It's just like, all right, he's just staring at him.
Yeah.
Like, you don't really think anything of what Kevin Spacey's doing the entire time.
Right.
Well, yeah, I mean, some of that stuff later, it's like, oh, okay. But a lot of it, I mean, it felt like Kevin Spacey's character. The whole time, it feels like he's making stuff up as he goes along.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, he is, but you don't know that in the movie. But it just feels like it. Like
Because he
the
talks
whole-
too much.
The entire time.
Now he tells me like the barbershop quartet in like Skokie, Illinois. Some dude that he was like Orca fat, tension's a killer. Verbal says the coffee sucks. He used to pick beans in Guatemala. I would have called BS on that immediately. I'd be like, how were you climbing things
Right.
and getting around in the jungle
How did you get to Guatemala?
with your palsy?
Yeah.
They actually glued like his fingers together
Really?
on his hand, so he could never like not
Uses
do it. The only time he slips up doing like anything with his hands is there's one scene where no one's paying attention, but he lights the cigarette lighter with his left hand
Oh, yeah.
because he's left hand dominant.
Right.
Like he's like in the background, you just see him do it, and then he like kind of like nobody noticed. And then we're like Kuyan kind of like grabs him, like you see his left hand come up to like shove him off. So there's little cues.
Yeah.
Cuts back to New York. Keaton's all pissed off when he gets released because he's all ruined by the cops, and he menacingly stares
Right.
at McManus and Fenster and Hockney across the street,
Like it's their fault.
like it's their fault. Yeah, exactly, like it's their fault.
But I like how, like, you know, they're all like a pack of dogs, and he's like the one stray that like got a family, and they're all just like, you want to go back to the wild kind of thing, and he's just like, he just kind of like sort of like gets tainted, you know. Yeah, I miss it, miss the old ways.
So then you get the job where they like the long airplane cut where Kevin Spacey's voiceover throughout the movie where he's like, let me introduce you to, you know, what we're going to do. We're going to rob this jeweler that's coming in from South Africa smuggling in emeralds. And I'm like, why are you smuggling emeralds?
I don't know.
I just,
Smuggling emeralds for $20 a pop.
those are actually the emeralds in the movie. Those are genuine.
Yeah, I read that too.
That's strange.
Yeah, they brought in real jewels and stuff. So I was like,
Okay. They were like on camera for like 2 seconds.
But they're real.
No.
Nobody could ever watch that movie and go, fake! That's costume emeralds. Hayden.
All right.
So they do the job, and Kevin Spacey's talking like, you know, oh, it's New York's finest taxi service. It's corrupt cops who, for a couple $100 a mile, drive smugglers, drug dealers, and criminals around. It's like, you know, for however much money, it's like you get your own blue and white police escort. It's like, but they were laying low because like IA could never figure out like who they were, and like they were just waiting for them to resurface. But then he goes, they even had their own business cards.
Yeah.
It's like, why? You just advertising that out? Like, hey, are you a drug dealer? Hey, you need to get from point A to point B, and no one's gonna mess with you.
It's before the internet.
Call this number.
You could do whatever you want back then. So, with this kind of money, you can get all the way to Cape Cod.
Exactly. Look at you remembering lines.
Yeah.
So they pull off the heist. They box him in with vans.
well, what kills me is when they do this heist, there's one scene where one of the guys wearing like the pantyhose over his face. He's yelling at the people in the car, like the cops in the car, but his mouth isn't moving. That bothered me.
It's because he's got pantyhose on.
It was like he had ventriloquism. Like he just like looks over at him, and you hear the voice, but nothing. His face doesn't move.
Because one of them like turns. I think it's Benicio del Toro, but he's got like his arm up, like he's doing like the Dracula.
Yeah,
Man.
But he's got the shotgun in the other hand, and he's just. And I'm like, he'd be the last person I'd let talk.
Yeah.
It's not Boomhire.
And then what was like the purpose of like ripping out the windshield?
Dramatic
we-
effect.
Well, I mean, they
guess.
box the car. They box it in between four vans.
Yeah.
So
they still got the
Side
goods
windows?
through the side windows. So
I mean, you could, but I was like, they're like right there in their face too.
I mean, you could see that through the glass. Everybody knows.
Because
that.
whoever's on top of the car is like on top of the car, like looking at him upside down.
Yeah.
And then like the car in the front, the back opens, and it's Kevin Spacey just sitting there with an Uzi.
What kills me is I was like, he's sitting there with the Uzi,
And he's smoking.
and there's no way
He's
can.
got a little tear in his pantyhose.
So he can smoke while he's doing this.
But he's sitting there aiming where one of his guys is on the hood, so he can't shoot unless he wants to shoot his own guy. And the other, like if you look at it, he's the only one that can't be seen by anybody in the public because he's further back in the vehicle, where the rest of them are all sitting in the driver's seat or on the car.
Yeah. Anyway, they rob him for the money and the jewels. They light the cop car on fire, and they're like, we leaked it to the press. Like, this is what happened. He goes, those 2 cops got indicted like 2 days later, and it's like, and then 50 other cops went down with him. He goes, our big fu to the NYPD.
Yeah. Crooked cops bad.
says the crooked cop that was on the hood. Yeah. He's like, yeah, we took down the crooked cops.
He's like, you know who I am? And he rips off the guy's badge and goes, now we do. And it's like, that's a pretty ballsy move.
Yeah.
Pretty ballsy. So then they're at their little hideout, and McManus and Fence are just like, yeah, we're going to take this stuff to our fence, Redfoot in Los Angeles.
Redfoot. The bad guy from The Mask.
Yeah.
That's how I remembered him.
Oh, no, I wrote rapist guy from Pulp Fiction.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that, too.
I didn't write rapist. I wrote Buck Futter.
Yeah, I recognized him as the bad guy from The Mask.
Yeah.
I was like, why is he here?
What was his name? Zed?
Yeah.
In Pulp Fiction?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has he ever been a good guy
I don't think so.
in anything?
No. Some people are just
Like, even if you did like a Bounty commercial, like you'd be the spill. Yeah, I'm gonna stain your carpet. I just made that up. I thought that was funny.
Good job, Tom.
So then they all decide, like, oh, we're all gonna go to Los Angeles. It's a good place to lay low for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Back to the interview room. There's a lot of cutting back and forth in this movie.
Yeah. They do that on purpose. I'm sure like somebody somewhere did a whole editing expose where, like, if you edit it where the narratives from the jumps are in a stream of consciousness where, like, they all match up to their respective parts, and you just watch the whole Kevin Spacey interview and then you watch the rest of the other stuff in their own straight through, it would be like a really boring movie.
Well, somebody talked to me, somebody's article that I had read.
Yeah. Talk to me.
Someone wrote an article just for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Mitch, read this.
But anyways, every time that they start talking about Kaiser Sose or his name is mentioned, when it immediately will pan back to Verbal sitting there talking and doing the interview.
Yeah, they did that a couple times. I noticed that. I'm like
right on the nose. That's why I was like, when I was watching this, I was like, so it must be him.
Yeah, the whole movie's told by him.
Yeah.
But they purposely make it where he's an unreliable narrator.
It's definitely a movie made to be seen once,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And, like, because when you go back and you watch it again and you're like, now that I know that Kevin Spacey is Kaiser Soze, you're like, okay, it's way too obvious.
Yeah,
now.
makes it.
Like, how did I miss it the first time? Because the first, like, you don't know what really is going on.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, the great montage at the end where, like, there's like it was Keaton the entire time. Right. And you watch the movie and you go, he's making sense. Mm-hmm. Like, I believe him now. And, like, in the car pulls up and you expect it to be Keaton,
right?
Which would have been cool. And he's just like, what's up?
It's the gold lighter that is like the actual keys.
Yeah, the gold lighter Kevin Spacey uses at the end of the movie, or the one that he gets back, is the same one Kaiser Soze is holding in the beginning.
Right. Okay, I didn't even notice that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Same with the watch.
It's like an old-fashioned lamplighter.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw it at the end, but I didn't realize they had it at the beginning. I wasn't paying attention.
And then, like, Kevin Spacey holding a cigarette like a European Nazi, like between his thumb and his index finger, like with his hand underneath, like.
Good evening, Dr. Jones.
9.
Now, was the story that Verbal or Kevin Spacey tells about Kaiser Sose killing his family and then going after the others, was that real or was that just made up?
I don't know. I think it's probably like a Joker scenario. You can do it however you want.
Well, because I was thinking, even if he is like some slick,
I mean, maybe he's just like kind of sitting there fueling his own.
I was going to say, even if he is some kind of slick, like, criminal, I just don't see his character being that way.
Because, I mean, if you're sitting there talking to a cop about this, like, you're going to fuel this outrageous character to put as much separation between that person and you.
Yeah. I could see that, yeah.
It's like no one's gonna believe Kevin Spacey's doing that now with like the palsy and like he's an idiot versus like mass murdering lunatic drug smuggler from Turkey shooting Hungarians in the face like it's cool and then whacking his whole family just because they were there.
Yeah. It's a good movie. It doesn't, I think, because there's been so many mind screwy movies that have come out since then that this doesn't hold up as well for like a modern audience,
And maybe that's why I didn't like it as much, because I have seen stuff that I felt was better as far as
this
like
was
trying to
before
convince
Inception.
Right. So
This was the standard before that.
Yeah. And the thing that I like about this movie that a lot of people don't like is that there's a definite ending. Like, who Kaiser Soze is by the end. And a lot of people don't like that. They would rather there be ambiguity where everybody argues about who was Kaiser Soze. And you could kind of go that way, but I don't think you can. So,
I mean, people said it was the lawyer.
Yeah, but it's pretty obvious.
It's incredibly obvious because the one guy who saw him and could ID him or like, had saw him was just like, this is who this is, gives the sketch artist basically just Kevin Spacey's face.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's like you're not articulating your way out of this one.
But it's funny though that that would be not at all admissible in court. The fact that you got a guy who doesn't speak English talking to a translator talking to the sketch artist.
that may be influenced by how badly he was burned and hallucinating.
All he does is like just draw flames.
High on pain meds.
Stick figure on fire. And he just look. Oh, he pooped. It's on fire. So then we cut back to he's getting Verbal's getting grilled by Agent Kuyan, and he's like not buying this Keaton's retired, trying to go straight crap.
I thought it was funny too that like they got the two mobster looking cops to be the
like the most Italian looking like dudes.
Well, because I forgot his name, but the guy that's sitting behind the desk that's not the main interviewer, he is like the bad guy in all kids movies or something like that.
Yeah. I've never seen him be a good guy in anything but this movie.
Like they typecasted a lot for different characters, but like the cops, they were all over the place with, So like Giancarlo Esposito was just like, I guess,
all right, he's an FBI agent.
Yeah, all right, cool. Didn't expect it to be that way, but all right.
I mean, I could buy Chaz Palminteri as like an official.
I don't know. They just look like some goon that you'd see in a Godfather movie, just running around, leave the cannoli,
like running in with like a baseball bat or something.
Yeah,
like Vito, come in.
Say,
leave the gun, take the cannoli. But anyway, he's giving like backstory about Keaton because they fuel Keaton a lot in this.
Because the cops wanted it to be Keaton.
They honestly think it's him because he killed. They're like he was indicted like 7 times. In 4 years as a cop.
It's a red herring. That like if you have half a brain of a modern audience and you've seen a lot of movies that are like this, you're like, okay, they're pushing this guy a lot, which tells me that it's not that guy. So all right.
Then we're back at the hospital. The burn man is getting questioned, and like there was dope, but there wasn't dope. That they were buying people or a person.
It's made of people.
It's made of people. He needs guarantees and protection because the devil was there and that he saw who the devil is.
Yeah, the judge is like, I don't have time for this.
And he's like, tell him to tell you what he told me. And he just goes, Kaiser Soze. And the guy goes, did he just say Kaiser Soze?
The way he says Kaiser Soze is so funny. He's like, Kaiser Soze.
Because he has an accent.
He's burned.
Then I wrote, police sketch artist springs into action. Scrub.
I like the sketch at the end, too, because it looks like a third grader's.
It doesn't look, like, great.
No.
But, like, what were you expecting? Watercolors? Pastels?
I don't know. Just some detail. I guess I can tell it's like a white guy. That's about it.
A white guy with thinning hair.
Yeah.
And then it cuts back to the interrogation. Keaton is really hated by Agent Kuyan more. Verbal says he keeps telling him, he's like, I saw him die. Kuyan doesn't believe he saw Keaton get killed.
I killed him. I saw him die.
Yeah. And then Keaton goes, it was the lawyer. And Kuyan threatens Verbal, and he goes, there was a lawyer. And he's just said Kobayashi.
Yeah.
And Kobayashi's the most assuming name to Pete possible. Because he's just like, Kobayashi, like, isn't that like Japanese?
Yeah.
And he does not look Japanese whatsoever.
Mr. Soze would like
my employer.
My employer.
Mr. McManus.
Whenever he said Kobayashi in the movie, I'm always like, Maru.
Nerd. And then I was like, the boys are back in L.A. And I'm like, rapist guy from Pulp Fiction is Redfoot, meets with guys, offers them work. Keaton is on vacation.
Yeah. I like that. For some reason, the group just agrees that Stephen Baldwin at that moment is the the group leader.
It's because he knows Redfoot.
So
He's the fence for the Emerald Heist.
he's also the biggest idiot in the crowd, So,
But he's also like the most gun competent.
and then
I mean, you watch him move through the at the end, like when they're clearing the boat.
Yeah, but still, and then the guy's like, "I got another job for you." And he's like, "What's the job?" You're like, "Dude, take a minute."
Like, you guys just got done doing jobs. It's like, go see a movie.
Did they get $3 million a piece for the Emeralds, or was it $3 million to split?
I think it was $3 million to split.
Okay. Yeah, you can't retire off of that.
But he offers them a job, and it's on a fancy skyscraper parking garage. They try to rob 3 dudes. One guy's got a case. He won't give it up. And then him and Keaton wrestle for a gun. Yeah, like that. He's just like just like staring at Keaton, and Keaton's just like got a gun in this dude's nose, and he's just like, "Give me the Kais," because he's like got the Irish. He's like, "Give me the Kais," and he's just shouting at him. Yeah. And then the guy tries to pull a gun. They wrestle. The gun goes off. The 2 goons wrestle Hockney and Fenster.
Hey, this dude was a cop. He's watching a dude dig around in the car. Like, I wonder what he's going for. I don't know. Maybe shoot him in the face before bad things happen.
Well, and I noticed
It was his wallet.
if you look at one of the guys, the guy that drops his gun, when Baldwin picks it up, it's a different gun than what he dropped.
What was it? I don't know.
It's just, I don't know.
Unless it was like one of the other guys' guns.
I don't know what kind of pistol it was, but I noticed that when he drops the pistol, when they pick it up, it's a completely different
And
gun.
he is wearing the dumbest hat.
Yeah.
Because he's got the leather pants, he's got the biker outfit, he's got sunglasses on, and he's got the Civil War cap with the Confederate flag, and you're just like, I'm like, who let him get away with that?
The biggest goof in the movie though is when Giancarlo Esposito is talking to the Hungarian for the first time, and he's on this ginormous brick 80s cell phone. And then they cut away and then come back, and he's on a 90s cell phone, from the Matrix, where it's smaller and skinnier. I'm like, how would people not notice?
He ran out to Motorola and got his upgrade. He's like, your free upgrade is in, agent. And he's like, oh, crap. I can use this for work.
He had to use 2 hands for the previous phone, and now he's talking on a regular cell phone looking thing.
And you just think every number he's dialing, he has it memorized.
That's insane. That's why they were the greatest generation. I don't know.
There was no such thing as contacts. There was no apps.
Yeah.
There was only buttons. And a little antenna you could pull up.
I miss my first cell phone had an antenna. That was always the best part.
Click.
And then you can actually hang up on people too.
And angrily.
Yeah, well, I can do that with my new phone now. Which is great.
He's gone backwards.
You want to hear what it sounds like?
Yeah. If we cut the podcast right there. Mitch, do that in post.
Okay.
So anyway, Verbal shoots the guy in the car in the face after Alec Baldwin picks up the gun, racks it against the other gun, and does a fancy John Wick thing and shoots both bad guys at the same time.
With the jerk, gah!
Yeah, so dope.
Jerks both guns as he shoots to kill.
But you got to give Stephen Baldwin credit. Nobody actually died in this movie.
That we know about.
Oh man.
In some ways, he is the better brother.
Mm-hmm. So they bust open the case, and it's heroin, and Fencer's like, that's kind of why.
What?
And he's like, huh? How?
He's got poop the entire time.
I don't know. He might. They meet at the Korean friendship bell monument in L.A.
I guess it was just a place with no people around where they.
Yeah, just bad guy.
There's no friends in L.A.
Only hardcore criminals hang out here and meet to discuss the business. So Redfoot meets back up, and he's like, the job came from some lawyer, and they're obviously angry that it was heroin and not money or jewels. Yeah,
and stupid Stephen Baldwin and his 3 friends with guns point at the Redfoot's
Posse
entourage with
who have rifles. Like they all pull up like the same gun. Like one guy pulls a pistol, like the one who's like standing over next to him, and then everybody else pulls up like Ruger like mini 14s
yeah.
with like extended mags,
Right.
and he's just like, oh yeah, bring enough gun in this fight.
Yeah, why even bother? You know, that cigarette flick though was pretty funny.
Because you're supposed to hit him in the chest, but he actually just hits him right in the eye. Like hits him right in the face. Like I think he almost hit him like right in the
Yeah,
eye.
you see the ashes.
Like, explode. He's like, yeah, and then
They
like
said that
they
wasn't
do.
supposed to happen.
No, it wasn't. But they kept it in the movie because it just looks so great.
Yeah.
They're just like, no, we're gonna use this.
Yeah, he was supposed to hit him in the chest. And they said the reaction from getting hit in the face was so good.
Yeah, that was funny. I want to do that to somebody one day.
You better pick wisely.
So we got back to the interview. Gus Fring meets with Kuyan. He tells him there was no coke. It was a burn vic that said it was who said it wasn't even a dope deal. It was a person deal. And then like the cripple mentioned a Kaiser Soze.
Now he says it's a person deal. Did they ever find any people on the boat?
Yes, that gets explained later.
Okay.
So Kuyan busts in and goes, who's Kaiser Soze? And Kyosu's like, ah! Like, damn it.
Yeah.
My scheme. You guys are going to learn. And then we come back to the boys in LA in a pool room. They're just in a big old room with a pool table in the back. And they're arguing, and then the lawyer, like Pete Postlethwaite, is just standing there in the shadows. Like, if I don't move, they can't see me.
Yeah.
I always forget he was in Jurassic World. He was in Jurassic Park, too.
Was he?
Yeah, he plays the hunter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's like the best part of that movie.
Clever girl
Well, no, that's the guy with the
I know.
gigantic nose that gets eaten by the raptors.
with the short shorts.
So he calls them all by name. He introduces himself as Kobayashi, and that he represents his employer, Mr. Kaiser Soze. And you watch everyone's butthole pucker,
Yeah.
but Kevin Spacey alluding, or because he's just like, "Who's Kaiser Soze?
Yeah, because he seems like, who is that?
Who am I? I mean, who's that? How did I get here?" And then he leaves him like a briefcase because he wants him to do a job. He's like 91 million. He's like one day's work. He's like, Mr. Soze doesn't expect all of you to live. He's like, but however many of you do, we'll split $91 million.
Which means kill everybody, and you get all
And
the money
then
to yourself.
Keaton walks up and goes, give me one good reason why I should kill you. And he just goes, he's like, compliments of Mr. Soze. He just puts a briefcase and just walks away.
Yeah.
And Keaton just doesn't stop him.
Yeah.
But actually, when he opens the case and it has like plans of the boat and he's like all the packets with everyone's name on it, the packets as they're distributed are in the order they all die.
Yeah, I saw that in an article when I was reading and researching. So it just kind of explains, like, well, here you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, where he goes Fenster, Hockney, McManus, Keaton's, and then Verbals is the last one. He also gives him like this. That's also where they reveal that Hockney was the one that stole the truck to begin
Yeah.
with, which I thought was kind of funny. But he then Kobe's like he's the one who actually set up the lineup. But they got Keaton's girlfriend lawyer got all of them out before Kobayashi could get there and
Yeah.
set him up to do all the other stuff.
Right.
Because it turns out over years they accidentally robbed Kaiser Soze's like secret to-dos.
Yeah, all of them have done something to like screw over Kaiser Soze's plans.
And he's like, the only reason none of you were dead is because you didn't know.
Because nobody knew that Kaiser Soze was manipulating. He's just gonna give nuclear bombs to like.
Well, it's like this was going to be
Pakistan.
used for this in Pakistan, like guns to be sent to Belfast. He's like, Kaiser's up to some stuff.
Yeah, and they're just like, yeah, we'll do the job. Yeah, that's fine.
Well, because all of them are arguing like they're not going to do it. And then he's like, they'll coerce Redford into testifying that they're the ones that killed the dudes in the garage. And then he make sure, like, so $91 million cocaine deal. It's like, whatever money changes hands yours, but destroy the cocaine. Because he talks like this the whole time.
I'll throw away. What was his last movie before he died? Oh, it was Inception. Yep, he
Was
was.
it Inception? Was it the town?
No, it was Inception because he was actually a dude playing
A dying man in a
dying
bed.
man in a deathbed. Yeah.
It's like, perfect, you're actually dying.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Continue.
So they're sitting there going through their packets, and they're all just like shocked. And because McManus just goes like, everything I've ever done since I was 18 is in here. In fact, like everybody I've ever done time with, every job I've pulled, he's like, everything. And then Hockney's like, they got to be cops. He's like, they're setting us up. He's like, they're LAPD, man.
Yep.
I was hoping you would interject at some point.
Because
You have notes, don't you?
Not for this movie.
Oh. Mitch, you're reading
Yeah,
along.
I'm going along.
Mitch is making sure like I'm doing this movie in order.
Yeah.
How am I doing so far, Mitch?
You're doing good, doing good.
Thank you, Mitch. Thank you. So, and Fester's like, who's Kaiser Soze? And then Verbal says they cut back to the interview with him and Agent Kuyan. Verbal says he's maybe Turkish or German, like nobody really knows or no one's ever seen him or know anybody who worked directly for him. It's like, I knew a guy who knew a guy who claimed he worked for a guy who worked for Kaiser Soze. It's just like,
He's got 3 generations down of word of mouth.
yeah, it's like the REO Speedwagon song. It's like, heard it from a friend too. Heard it from a friend. But then he gives him like the great quote, or one of the great quotes in the movie. He's like, the greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist.
Yeah, and they say it's a quote from the movie, but it's a quote from
Baudelaire.
From a poet. But they tried to play it off like it was an original quote until they realized.
Well,
that it
if
was
the
from
original
poet.
quote has like fancy words,
Yeah.
like 18th century,
Those
like,
don't count.
like 18th century, like philosophy, philosopher words like lay and these and that's. So they made it dumber for us, so we knew what they were saying.
Shorter, gruntier.
Yeah, it's from a French poet,
Yeah, man.
Charles Baudelaire.
Baudelaire.
So then we get the exposition that he was like a Turkish mobster. He was small time running dope. The Hungarians wanted him dead. The Hungarians busted into his house while he wasn't home. They raped his wife. They had all of his kids tied up. Kaiser comes home. And they're like, we mean business. And they like slit his son's throat. And Kevin Spacey goes, and Kaiser Soze showed them what willpower really meant. And he just shoots his whole family and then shoots all the Hungarians except for one dude who he left alive. And he's like, then he killed their parents, friends. He burned down their houses where they played, where they worked, everything. It's like everybody died. All of Hungary. He killed the entire country. One man with a revolver. It took 38 days. He had to reload 195 times.
It's very efficient.
Anyway, and then he does like and like that, he's gone.
Yeah, he just disappears. He's done all this horrible things and just fades into the nothing.
And then it becomes like a myth. He's like a spook story. Criminals tell their kids, like, if you rat on your pops, Kaiser Soze is going to come get you.
The Baba Yaga.
This is way before the Baba Yaga. So then the cops go and they talk about like Soze, and it's just like, yeah, it's all rumor. It's like no one's ever seen him. No, like they got nothing on this guy. And there's like some other like guy who's like working a case, and he's like as a hobby. Which is like all like the rumor mill they've ever heard is just like in a file. But like they got nothing.
Right.
So Kuyan wants to offer Spacey protection, and Verbal is afraid of Soze, so he's like, no. No. And but he already has immunity. Like
Diplomatic.
immunity. Kapow. It's just been revoked. And then we get Burn Guy and Sketch Artist, where you don't hear him talking, we just hear music. And she's scribbling away. And then it's like, boom, back to the interview. And you're like, oh, God, the quick cuts. So then, like, the next day, Fenster's gone. He took his share of the money, left a note, and was like, okay, guys, good luck, goodbye. And he goes, later that night, we got the call from the lawyer where we could find him dead on a beach in a cave.
Yeah, they said this was a public access cave that was only accessible during low tide.
Yeah.
But they just going to bury him under the sand right there. I mean,
With their hands.
yeah. I mean, how deep are you going to get with your hands in a quick amount of time?
I don't know.
And then, like,
I've never been faced with this conundrum before.
They would smell it. You would smell the dead body.
yeah. This is like the questions, like, at the end of like Monty Python and the Holy Grail. It's like, what is your name, Hayden? Like, what's your favorite color? Indigo. How fast can you bury a 6'1" man who weighs 195 pounds in the sand in Los Angeles?
On a low tide cave.
In August.
12 minutes.
We get ejected off the bridge into the pit of despair. Anyway, so they go through, they bury him, and then he's narrating, and he's like, Keaton, wouldn't let him run. It's like he wants Kobayashi. They're going to kill the lawyer. Fancy building. Kobayashi and Entourage walk in while the other guys are suited up as, like, maintenance dudes. I don't know what job specifically they're there to do. They're wearing, like, blue coveralls.
Janitorial services.
He is a sanitation consultant. It's a
consultant.
no-show job.
You didn't wash your hands.
Yeah, so they get him in the elevator.
You didn't
and
sing Happy Birthday 3 times while you're washing your hands.
that's how long it takes. So McMahon, he shoots Kobayashi's guards. They get him out of the elevator. And they're like, Soze's not real. Like, you're full of crap. Like, who do you work for? Who are you? And the lawyer's like, and he's like, if you say Soze's name one more time, I'm going to kill you. And he goes, Mr. My employer. He's like, before you do me in, can I finish my meeting with your girlfriend? And like they go and look and like she's there and they're doing like some extradition case, which ends up being slightly important later.
Well, what I want to understand is how do they just kill the two guys in the big glass cased elevator with blood on the windows
Mitch, it's Los Angeles since the 90s.
in the middle of the day and nobody says a word?
They're used to stuff.
This
like
is the same city that suffered Nakatomi. Mitch,
Just wondering.
it's Los Angeles in the 90s. People were getting shot all the time.
They're more worried about like disappearing into the ocean.
Suppressor on your gun or
Yeah,
not.
they're more worried about volcanoes. I thought I heard someone's phone buzzing. Boys survey the harbor after the job, and it's like a logistical nightmare. And they're all like, "It can't be done. Like we can't do this." And then Mega's like, "There's a will, there's a way. It's like we can figure it out." Kids was like, "I can't believe we're all about to go in a certain death." And even though Kids was just like, "Well, you guys are." Just saying. And then sunset over the harbor, go time.
Yeah.
As the boys are lying in wait, McManus in his sniper position. And you got Hockney planting explosives. The Van Rie's like, the eagle has landed when he talks into his wrist. And then Keaton's telling Verbals, like, you hide here. He goes, if this doesn't work, get the money, go find my lawyer girlfriend, tell him what happened. And he's like, tell her I tried. And he just goes off to go be a criminal. And you're just like, go get him. Ironically, like, they're likable. They're killing bad guys, but they are bad guys.
Yeah.
But like, I can't help but kind of like hope they get away with it.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's how they get you.
And I like how McMahon, he's going to snipe with an AUG, with a bipod and a sniper scope on it. And then when they do like the whole go time thing, I love the part where they just like, you hear, like, you see one of them's walking down the dock, but you hear the voiceover of Stephen Baldwin singing like E-I-E-I-O.
Yeah.
It's like, his farm, he shot some guys. As he's like counting them off, he's like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah.
Well, like in the little script or the little scene that they show, when he shoots the AUG, there's no suppressor on it at all.
No, it's just,
It was completely quiet though when you see the guys drop. So just thought it was kind of funny.
well, it's because there's distance.
You'd still hear the
Yeah,
gun go off.
I know you would.
Did you hear something?
I just like the balls on
Someone
Keaton.
popping
He just
popcorn.
walks up like with his pea coat and his hands in his pockets, and to these Hungarian mobsters or Argentinian guys. I think they're Argentinian or something. Or they're whatever. And he walks up and he goes, "Hey, how you doing?" And they're just like all standing around him, like
Okay.
who why? Who are you? Are you here for the dope deal?
Right.
Who sent you? And then explosions, many shootings, many people
That's a very
dying.
durable boat.
It was a durable.
Because it had explosions all over it, on top of it.
Well,
and
they
it
blew up
still
stuff
did-
on the dock.
Yeah.
That's the big distraction.
And at the end, they blow it up on top of the boat because, they flicked a cigarette and, yeah. And, like, when Giancarlo Esposito's there, like, investigating the bodies, it's still floating. It's a good boat.
It's a good boat.
Yeah.
That's my boat. Jenny, I let some Hungarians use it for the weekend. Same universe. Tell me I'm wrong.
I mean, yeah.
So then, like, Hockney goes off, and like, he pulls, like, a really smooth bit to shoot one of the bad guys. Like, the guy's guarding the money, and he runs up shouting in Hungarian at him. The guy's like, oh, cool. And then, pow, and he's shot in the face. And you're just like, nice. And then Hockney gets shot while looking at the money.
Oh, no.
Blood. Kevin Pollak. Blood everywhere.
You shouldn't have looked at the money.
And then he turns, like, the really bright light on his face.
Yeah.
I don't know what that was about, but then...
He was deer in headlights.
It was a light at the end of the tunnel.
And then Kuyan's asking Verbal in the interview again. He's like, why didn't you run? He's like, I was scared.
Well, I feel like the whole light situation with Pollock is basically because it was like a symbolism of his realization of what was happening.
Where he turns, like...
Because he realizes it's spacey.
Yeah.
He goes, holy... And Fester in the background, I told you. He'll flip you. He'll flip you.
What are you talking about?
In English, please. That should be a whole episode, just us trying to talk like that the entire time. A butcher. Gus IDs the body in the water. Turns out he got shot twice in the head. Argentinian guy who named like 50 dudes to like get out of prosecution. And he goes, and for his grand finale, Kaiser Soze.
Yeah.
Soze. Back to boat. Shocking, cowering is a man in the bathrobe who is the man who named Kaiser Soze, hiding in his room while there's just gunshots and screaming happening all around. And this guy like opens the door and he's just like, shut up. And the guy's like, you gotta get me out of here. He's like, they're coming. He goes, it's Kaiser Soze. And he just like shouts it. And then we get like multiple shots of the boat. And it's like all shots where you don't see anybody.
Yeah.
A lot of quick cut shots. Kind of like at the end of like Halloween.
Right.
Where they show places that they'd been.
Well, they said supposedly they show that like stack of ropes and stuff because Verbal's talking about that's where he was hiding the whole time. They keep showing you those ropes that he was never there. So.
You want to know something else they show you? When they show the bathrobe guy in the room, they show the fedora and the overcoat that Kaiser Soze is wearing at the beginning.
Yeah.
That's the only time you see it in the movie, except when someone's wearing it. Keaton and McManus, they sweep the boat for dope like a SWAT team. I mean, they move pretty well. McManus more so. The robe man cowers, reveals no cocaine. There's no effing coke. Because I don't know why he had to say it like that. Like his accent just busted through.
He couldn't contain it.
It was all like, huh. It was like all like out of his nose.
It is a big no.
Because he snorted all of it.
Yeah.
He doesn't snort lines, he snorts verses. Thank you for laughing. Verbal like runs around. He's just like with his gimp run.
Yeah. It's gotta be exhausting.
Yeah.
I wonder how many times he tripped over himself to do that.
Well, he actually filed down his shoe, so it actually like if anybody would notice that like he had like the wear and tear of like always dragging his left foot around. McManus decides to get the hell out of Dodge. Cowering man shot by unseen man. Verbal hiding outside. Keaton outside signals Verbal. McManus exit. Strangest thing, and then drops dead with a knife in the back of his neck. No more Baldwin. Fine. Verbal goes to the van, finds dead Hockney. Unseen man shoots Keaton in the back from above while Verbal hides by the van. Interview room. Agent Kuyan doesn't believe Keaton got shot. Verbal afraid to shoot the devil in the back. And he's like, he was your friend. Why? He goes, how do you shoot the devil in the back? And he holds up the my strong hand.
Yeah.
And he just goes, what if you miss? And it's like, you're right-handed. Not left. Even though, really. Pier, man in suit descends after the giant fire hose of pee.
Yeah.
Puts out the fire. Verbal goes to the hiding spot we see from the beginning of the film. Suit man lights up cigarette, shoots unseen Keaton, sets on fire, leaves. Interview room. Guy on boat could swear to Soze's business and his identity. He knew him. He could put the finger on, go, that's Kaiser Soze. And like Keaton knew Gus's lawyer was Keaton's girlfriend, or guy's lawyer for the issue. So that's how they connected, where Keaton's lawyer was brought in by Kobayashi to coerce them to do the job to release this guy. So when he figured it out, he had to like put this whole montage together so he could shoot the guy who identify him, and then you find out the girlfriend's also been killed too.
Oh, wow.
A lot of happening. Again, Keaton goes in this Agent Kuyan goes in this like amazing rant where he's just like, it was Keaton. It's like he had all this, he set all this up, and he's just like, they were just giving you everything. You're watching like all these cut throughs of Keaton doing all the stuff Kaiser would have done.
Right.
And it's so believable because it makes all the sense in the world.
Right.
But that's what they want you to think.
It's too easy.
You're not going to fool me, Macquarie. Hospital sketch gets printed, and the guy just goes, you have a fax machine I can borrow? Like really creepily to the nurse.
Owen Wilson was like,
Wow. Technology. what's his face? Verbal decides he's not going to, turn state's evidence. He's like, effing cops.
Yeah.
And he cries and shambles away.
Yeah.
Or he's getting his stuff back. And then Dan Hideo, the sergeant guy, and Kuyan are talking. And he just like looks at the cluttered board. He's just like sitting there pondering. He's like chuckling to himself, like, yeah, I guess Keaton's finally dead. I did it. I got him. And then he just looks and he just drops the coffee mug. And it's like music starts to intensify a little bit. And the suspense. Gus walks by the fax machine and looks at it, and just like he grabs it and rips it off, but you don't see who it is. Or he's like looking at it. I don't think he rips it off. He just stares at it. Kuyan runs and he's trying to find Verbal. And then you get the Verbal walking out down the street. The car starts to stalk him because you get the shot from inside the car at him. And then you see him fix the walk. And then he's walking his hand. He like flexes his hand and he like stretches, lights his cigarette with his left hand, gets in the car with the lawyer. And then he drives off. And then you look at the sketch and it's Kevin Spacey. Yeah. and then he gives the chorus like the greatest trick the devil ever pulled was one of these. And he goes, and like that, he's gone. And then end of movie.
Until the sequel.
The usual suspect.
Oh. I was like, wait, what?
No, I think they. No, it was a Bollywood
Spinoff or
remake
yeah.
called Chocolate.
Oh, okay.
I mean, for the movie, it's kind of fun. Like you were talking about Roger Ebert. It's on his most hated list, but it's also on the 1001 movies you must see before you die list.
Yeah.
So you're like one of the very few people I know personally who has seen this movie and just didn't like it.
I find it boring and predictable.
You're boring and predictable.
Well, probably.
I remember showing this to my friends in college. They're like, "Oh, we should let's just hang out." Like, all of us were just sitting there in like the big party house we had, and it's like, "Oh, we should just watch a movie." And I was like, "You guys need to watch this movie."
And maybe if I'd have seen it when it first came out, but I have. I've seen better like crime, manipulative movies.
There's like that was like one of my best memories of watching this movie. Like there's 10 of us just sitting on couches watching The Usual Suspects. Everybody's kind of talking like over it a little bit, like in the beginning, and I just slowly watched everybody start to pay attention, like as the movie just kind of was picking up. And eventually, nobody was saying anything for like the next hour and a half. Everybody's just staring at the television, and then it ends, and my buddy just picks up the remote and throws it. Goes, "I hate you!" He's like, "Him the whole time." He's like, "They're just throwing it in my face." He's like, "Get out!" And he's like, "Come back with beer." God, it's such a good movie.
Yeah, it's a good movie. It's classic, kind of modern, kind of grindy. Who did it? It's like a old-fashioned murder mystery, but
it's a neo-noir.
Yeah,
and it's very well acted.
Right.
Yeah, I mean the performances and stuff were really good. The story I wasn't a fan of. Sorry.
I'm sorry, nobody went, "Oh yeah, I'm Kaiser Soze."
I mean, it probably
you got 3 minutes.
It'd been better if somebody was hitting the face with a chair. I'm just saying.
Yeah, Mitch had to use too much of his brain to.
No, I didn't. That's the problem.
Yeah,
it's supposed to be this like mind manipulative thing, and it was just like.
Let me pitch it to you this way: Mitch has 2 brain cells, and right now they're competing for 3rd place.
He was the bad guy. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that was fun. Good job, Tom. Good report.
Thank you.
All right, now we're doing it.
All right, well, that was a good show.
Okay, goodbye.
Bye.
Thanks for suffering through that, I guess. I hope you enjoyed it. I really like this movie. I think you should check it out if you haven't seen it. If you've obviously went through this entire thing, you know pretty much exactly what happens. But I will say it is a great movie to watch the first time. I did enjoy watching it times after because you pick up on a lot of little things that are going on.
Yeah.
That you're like, "Oh, I missed that this other time. Oh, wow, I didn't know they were doing that."
Yeah.
So it's definitely worth it. It's probably one of the best movies of the last 30 years.
While I did not like the movie, yes, I would say you should at least watch it once.
There you go.
See? You're coming around to it.
No.
Anyway.
I'm not coming around. I'm just
This was our deep dive into a movie. That movie was, again, The Usual Suspects, the 1995 Bryan Singer film. You should check it out. I'm Tom. With me, I had...
Hey, Dad.
And...
Mitch.
And we'll catch you next time. We're gone. Just like